Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. Today I want to talk about some weight loss and weight loss medication. First of all, I'm not anything to do with medical field. Anything I say is just my own opinion. Don't use it for any medical decisions you guys do. Go talk to your own doctor before you do that. And so if you've been around, you guys know that I've started a weight loss medication journey. Prior to February of this year, I didn't even really know much about weight loss medication, and I didn't know there were some big hitters out on the market. I was told by a coworker about them, and then that really started piquing my interest because I've been struggling ever since I had Cora. I want to lose weight. I have a really good reason why. I want to be here for her, have energy for her. And I, in the last 9 years, was just not able. Like, I would lose 5 pounds, gain 5 pounds, lose 5 pounds, gain 5 pounds. I lost 30. I gained it back. Like, I just could not stay on it. So a little miniature backstory, because those of you who've been around have probably heard this too much. But for most of my life, I've always felt hungry. It takes a tremendous amount for me to feel full. Big amounts of head food noise. Like, if you eat one Oreo or I eat one Oreo, it's like I want to eat 1,000 Oreos, and I really have like no control. And I would say ever since Cora, that has been worse. And then in the last, all right, sorry, my daughter came busting in. So, and then the last couple years, I would say, 1 to 2 weeks before my period, it was getting ridiculous. Like, I legit in my body felt truly hungry. Like, my sugar was really low, and it was almost like a ravenous beast emerged, and I just had to eat. I truly sort of felt starving. Anywho. And so I've always wondered, what's wrong with me? Like, why is this? Is my stomach truly bigger? And then my coworker said that. I kind of started thinking about the medicine route. Several years ago, I had asked my doctor for something. Basically was told our medical group doesn't do that. I didn't think much of it. After this conversation with my coworker, I got the courage to go talk to my doctor. She put me on phentermine, and I lost 16 pounds with that. There's a caveat. I really loved phentermine. I think it worked really well. It was a daily pill. It was only $15 a month, but I had roving bouts of insomnia. It could be 2 nights a week. It could be 1 night a week. It could be 5 nights a week. But I only was taking the medicine 3 or 4 days a week because I could not sleep. On top of that, I was moody. Could be because I wasn't sleeping, but it made me edgy, irritable, and then my heart was always beating. And I did not like that. So I only stayed on that for maybe 2 to 3 months. This summer, I knew I could not stay on that this school year. I can't not sleep. I can't be irritable at the beginning of a school year or whatever. And I really probably should have went back to the doctor and said, hey, this isn't working. What other medicines are there? I already knew that my medical group, Kaiser, they don't put you on the big boys, the shots, until you've been unsuccessful for a long time and tried multiple avenues. But thanks to my coworker, I knew there were some big boys out there. Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, and Tirzepatide is the big kahuna out there. Both of those items have a big price tag, like $1,300, unless you're getting coupons or deals or etc. And so at the time, I wanted to try other avenues because I can't really afford $1,300 a month. But my babysitter of 5 years has started Tirzepatide from a local compound. I kind of knew at Canada, our trip, that I was like, I need something else. I want to continue this. And being on phentermine, I realized that I really do think I have a chemical imbalance in my head. My receptors don't work. And the minute you stop the medicine, it all comes back. Not necessarily super fast, but it comes back. Your hunger, your not feeling full, the food thoughts, anyway. And so I'd asked the babysitter, hey, what's the compound in pharmacy? Can I get the information? Basically, it's like a family friend or something. And so at the time, they were like, no, they don't have any more room for people. But I had decided that I was going to go the online kind of pharmacy kind of route where like they provide something for you, but it's like $400 a month. So that was still pricey. And then 2 days before I got home, my babysitter called and was like, there's room. Would you like it? I was like, yes, please. And it was a good price. $180 for the first month, which is 2.5 milligrams, and then $200 for the second month, which is 5 milligrams. So, I decided to start Tirzepatide. It's like, again, the big boy. At this point, I kind of wish I would have went back to the doctor and said, hey, are there any other like pills that have been around for a while that might not have as bad of side effects as phentermine? But for the price, I was like, why not start with number one? I had some major concerns about Tirzepatide, losing weight too fast. You hear stories of people who lost 40 pounds in 2 months or more. You hear people losing muscle. You hear major symptoms like you're like puking all the time, you're nauseated, constipation or diarrhea. There's like some major ones. And so I was concerned about that, but I went ahead with it. So the first week was pretty awesome. It almost feels like your stomach was made smaller because at time, like the first couple days, it was almost painful to eat more than a certain amount. Like your stomach was really like, it was like, hello, you're full, stop. Like you really felt uncomfortable. You could have eaten like 100-calorie granola bar, 5 bites in, and you're just like so full. I also got lucky and I don't have many symptoms. Basically very, very light heartburn and just regular normal burps. And that's kind of subsided. And all I have to do is take a Tums and it goes away. I do have some restroom issues, but not super bad. And they kind of oscillate between the two options. So I really liked the first week. I was kind of deep diving into, I think I was being too restrictive, too paranoid of trying to have like protein shakes so I don't lose muscle. And so I needed to counteract that. My goal is to eat like a normal food. If family's having pizza, I'm going to have pizza, but just eat less, kind of moderation kind of a thing. Second week, the medicine didn't seem to work as well. It was a little bit less of an appetite, less, food noise, but I was thinking about snacks more than I thought I should be, but I was also, that was the week leading up to my period. So I just thought, hey, and that happened on phentermine too. I didn't think much of it until last night. I took my third shot and then I realized in my, syringe needle, because it's kind of like an all-in-one dosing thing, I realized I have more product left than I should. I should only have 1 shot left. And then I realized that, because I was supposed to take 50 milliliters or something, but I did realize that it was a 220 milliliter or whatever the increment should be pen. Okay, so then there's kind of like a half a dose left. But even then, I have like 20 or 30 milligrams extra. So I kind of think, even though I was following directions, for whatever reason, I was getting underdosed. Because I was really like, this is supposed to be like a magic bullet, and I was kind of expecting it to be a magic bullet. And I think I've been underdosing. Sadly, you can't take a second shot within 72 hours. So even though I took, I think, less than I should have, now 2 weeks in a row, I can't fix it for a couple days. So I also will say, like, day 1 through 5, you have stronger, like, less food noise, less hungry. By day 6 and 7, you're starting to get that a little bit more. So right now it's kind of a mixed bag. I think I need to fix my dosing issue. And again, like, if you can't get it for that price, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on how I feel. But I am very excited to have medication that does dampen the food noise. So my first week, I lost 10 pounds. Now, I started the night we got back from vacation. I gained 5 pounds on vacation. So I do think that was a quick, like, when you gain 5 pounds on a vacation, that also comes off easy. My second week, I have not lost anything. Technically, I probably gained a pound, but I feel like that's going to come off also really quick. Like I said, I don't think I took the right dose. It was the week before my period. So at this point, I have lost 21 pounds, 16 with phentermine. I gained the weight on vacation, and then So kind of a net of 5 pounds off. So basically I'm at 21 pounds down so far. And so for me, I feel like Tirzepatide is, I think, going to work, and I'm grateful I'm on it. But for anybody thinking about weight loss medication, I would start with the doctor and see what they can do, see what the cheaper options are. Maybe there's some out there with less side effects. I got lucky with Tirzepatide. I don't have really many side effects. But I also think it's important when you're trying to lose weight to be realistic. Don't compare yourself to others. I will also say in the Tirzepatide like space, there's a lot of crazy videos of like the people who lost 80 pounds in 3 months, which is scary. The people losing muscle, the people who are vomiting every day, all day. And I think some of those are not really representative of the big picture. I feel like I found a couple doctors who are kind of saying like those things should be on the rarer side. And then the babysitter had wanted me to join a Facebook group. That's also, I feel like I don't even like, I look through it occasionally, but almost like at, like, you know, when you're passing a car up on the road, you kind of can't help but look. Like, there's a lot of, like, people who are eating, you know, 2 beans for breakfast, 2 beans for lunch, and 2 beans for dinner. And, of course, they're losing 80 pounds in 2 months or something. And I don't, like, I feel like that could influence the way you're thinking. I'm trying to just eat like a normal, healthy person and then lose weight. I'm not trying to eat tofu, you know, twice a day and lose 80 pounds in 2 months. So I think you have to be careful of the people's comments on those platforms because they're often the extreme. Like, you have the people not losing weight, the people losing too much weight, the people doing this or that. And I think it can be a little bit influential, and I don't like that. So that's why first week I went a little too extreme. Second week I was trying to counterbalance things. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but that's kind of where I am on my medicine journey. Again, I feel super grateful I have these medicines, and I really think it's an imbalance in my head. And for a long time in my life, I really thought something was wrong with me. Why can't I control this? And I really think there is something going on in my head. I will say one of the things I've seen comment-wise is, oh, you know, I'm building a better relationship with food, which is kind of possible. But if you're like me and it's truly just, I think your receptors don't work in your head, the minute you stop the medicine, that stuff comes back. Anywho, so those are kind of my thoughts, kind of my update on where I'm at. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.